Good afternoon. Today is the 1st of May and it's time to look around the yard that Captain Mustard from Project Nigel has here up near Manchester. We won't be looking at all the cars he has. Some of them we can't talk about on this channel, as some of you know, but we'll look to see what's here. Some of them will be very familiar to you. This is a 2000 Rover 45 1.8 Connoisseur, which we believe was actually registered, I think, by the Rover group or MG Rover. DA was a popular suffix for Birmingham back in the day. Car's done, I think, around 110,000 miles. It's had a new cam belt actually at one point. The thing is about this, is quite a rare colour. I don't think I've seen many of this colour. Facelift later 45 wheels, I think from about 2003 onwards on this. So it's not the original wheels on it. Interior is pretty good. A club specification. It's been sitting here a little while. It's an automatic though. It's the 1.8 CVT, which isn't necessarily the best specification ever, but it's actually got quite a nice interior in it. Headlining's been done in this. Not leather, but obviously the Connoisseur we'd prefer that, but it isn't. You can see though actually with these early ones, which is pre-project drive car, this one, that it's got things in it like an illuminated ignition barrel and things like that, which is quite nice. I don't know why the gentleman, apparently he was going to buy this, didn't in the end, so it's actually here. Obviously having owned two 45s myself, I do know them quite well, and this one, it's not cosmetically perfect, there is a bit of lack appeal on it and things like that, but other than that it's really clean. I do apologise for the background noise, by the way, viewers, and the worst bit of lack appeal actually on this car is on the roof up there. But yes, we'll go down here and see what else we can find. So Captain Mustard is here with me. Say hello, sir.
Hello.
We're going to have a look at this Rover 800 over here.
Hello.
I quite like a Rover 800. This one, I think, needs a bit of work.
Yeah, you wouldn't like this one.
What's wrong with it?
Well, it's got no roof.
Oh yes, I mean that might be. Oh, it's all crusty under there as well.
Yeah, well, the sunroof has been sold, and so have the door cards and the centre console, and its eyeballs as well. There's no lights in the front.
So this is just spares.
It is, yeah, but it might. I'm still waiting on somebody getting back to me about it going off to go into a film.
A film?
Yeah, as an extra in a film, I guess you call it. An extra background stuff, you know. Yeah, but he hasn't been in contact. Where's he going now?
Gosh, there's always things moving around here. So what specification is this? Because it's one of these.
I know what he's doing. He's putting his camp up there just in case anybody decides he wants to come in.
Oh, it's all right. We've been very good about our parking today. Yeah. So what specification is this? Because one of the later ones without the specific model badge, it's a BR like 96 or 97, won't this?
Yeah, it's just the Volvo standard 800.
It's
still quite a nice car.
Like a sort of 820 SR SLI or something.
SI, I think it is.
Yeah.
It has a twig on the boot and
ooh, there's not much left in here.
a damp boot.
Mmm, tasty.
Well, I don't know, do you want to put your tongue in there?
I don't think so. I mean, this was night fire red, wasn't it? It was night fire red.
Well, you can see it still is night fire reddish.
Well, the wing's all right.
Yeah.
The headlamps have gone.
They have, but the engine is still there.
Oh, there we go. And we've got a little bit of a weep there going on with the rocker gasket there, which is normal.
Typical, yeah.
That didn't look too bad actually. Does it run, this car?
It did run, and then it decided to stop running. And at that point, I got a bit fed up with it, and I was trying to offer it out as a complete car. Nobody wanted it. So eventually I said parts, then everybody wanted it. So
you made your money back on this yet then?
Huh?
You made your money back on it with the bits you sold?
Yeah.
That's good business, isn't it?
Yeah,
good business.
It's just not really how I want to do it. I prefer.
It's sad, but it is good business.
I prefer it to have just gone on as a project for somebody else to fix, but it wasn't happening.
Yeah.
There's only so long we can hang on, and before too long, this area here needs to be cleared because there's going to be containers being put in.
Right.
I can't hang around too much with it really.
So it's got to go then.
Well, either it's going to be going, or I'm going to be taking it into the lockup and pulling a few bits off of it.
Yeah.
But ideally, the wings, for example,
They look alright.
they're actually quite sought after.
Oh.
Yeah, and I already know somebody wants to buy them, so.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
But I've left them on for the moment because if it's going off for this film company,
They're going to need those on.
they're going to want those on. Yeah.
Yeah, because they look quite good actually.
Yeah.
Tell me about this ZS. Now, this actually is a car that's quite famous, isn't it? This one.
Well, yeah, you could say that. I mean, it was bought by Mr. James Martin,
Yeah,
on Cars,
exactly.
when he got inspired by the MG range after he drove Nigel.
And he wanted the three, didn't he? He wanted the all three, and at one point he did own all three, didn't he?
Well, yeah, and then now he doesn't because he gave me this one, which just seemed like a rather rash thing to do.
Let's have a look at it then.
Yeah.
So it is a very late one. It's on a 55 plate, so registered after the bankruptcy.
Yeah,
It's got the Pagani Zonda climate control panel.
Yeah, the one that never really works properly.
Oh right. When I had a 45 from 2004, it was a one before Club SE years ago. My climate control was fine.
Yeah, but this one isn't. And also, the last one I had with one of those wasn't either.
Oh.
I've known him to. Gosh, that's a bit hot there. I've known him to really just not really want to carry on doing the job. They just get errors with them, and then they're just not as good as the old thing. You know, the old
Yeah, twisty thing.
the old twisty thing. Yeah, as long as you don't twist them too hard and snap the knobs off, they're fine.
Yeah. So let's have a look at the interior. Interior, actually, to me, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's all complete apart from the radio, which is not a problem because it's singled in. You just put something else in.
Well, it's in the boot anyway.
And the dashboard's not. Has that got any cracks in it? I don't think it has.
They didn't really have cracks on these, though, did they?
My one actually cracked.
Has it?
Yep. Climate control panel was fine, but dashboard cracked.
The seats are all good. Headlining's missing. There's
That's
bits
normal.
from the rest of the car just knocking about because it's. I mean, last week all of the centre console was out as well because I had to take the BCU out.
Oh, not that again.
Yeah, that exactly.
Oh, that's it. I had mine from 2009 to 2012, and that is a really common problem with the facelift ones. It's so water gets into them for some reason, and you have to do them, and you have to.
No, it's not that. The relays burn out.
Oh right,
The
yeah.
relays in the BCU, they are really, really incredibly cheaply made,
They're not good.
and so over time they just get burnt out, and so like things like your horn stops working, your wipers stop
Yeah,
working.
electric window on driver's side.
Yep, all of those kind of things. It was already doing quite a few of those things. Some of those things, of course, that it needs for its MOT, like the wash wipe and the horn. The only way was to take it out, get it fixed, put it back in.
Yeah. Is there still a company that fixes those? Is there still a company that fixes those?
There's a man called Senior Mustard who fixed mine.
Oh, I see. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
So this is the 180. It's got the 2.5 V6 in it.
Yep.
The engine is that any good?
Yeah.
So that wasn't why he couldn't get on with it. That wasn't the reason.
Well, there's no reason. I'm not.
Oh, and it's got a big old pipe on it. Look at that.
Yeah, it's a. I reckon that's a big green pipe. That. Why not? Why not reroute the warm air and suck that up instead of the cold stuff for the sake of a bit of noise?
Yeah.
On the V6, you don't even hear it until you're really revving it anyway.
Yeah, these do sound good. They're actually pretty nice cars to drive. These they're very firm.
Yeah.
But they are quite nice.
Yeah, they are. I like it. In fact, it is one where I did want to have it back on the road this month, so it could be my May car. I like to have a different car every month.
But that's not happened this time.
No, it's not. But it doesn't matter because as it goes, I have something else that I wasn't expected to drive around in.
Yeah. Right, so that's pretty good. Right, we'll go round the other side then, shall we? It's nice to see that in person, actually. So we're now in this other area. We're actually going to first talk about this car. Now, it looks just like a normal kind of mid-period 25. Probably was originally been like a 1.4K series, but if we look under the bonnet, it is not. And this isn't a car you actually own, is it, at all? You don't own this car?
Let's not forget, it is not finished.
Yes, because your engine's not actually secured properly to the mounts or anything.
No,
it's all
just
hanging
locked
loose.
in the hole. The big problem was actually getting it in the hole, because with this turbo on there and a few other bits, it kind of expanded and kind of decided that it didn't fit in that particular hole any longer.
So we've got a bit of a strange thing here. It's an engine out of a 75 turbo,
Yep.
but it's got a VVC system on it.
It's got VVC, it's got Audi R8 coil packs, it's got 2 banks of injectors, so it's got 8 injectors rather than 4. It's got a turbo on it that's as big as your face, and it's going to need all sorts of different engine mounts to make it actually fit. So there's quite a way to go on this one just yet.
So the gentleman who owns this is called Tom.
Yeah, Tom Turbo is known as, or Tom Turbot as some like to call him.
Tom Turbot.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a very nice lad.
Right, excellent. But
He's got scruffy hair.
and he likes purple.
Well, maybe that's the only paint he has. I'd call that pink.
Oh right, okay. But I've seen 1.8K series with a VVC. I've seen a 1.8K series with a turbo. This has both. And what's he trying to achieve? 500 horsepower or something?
That is the end goal, yeah. But for the moment, with this, we reckon it's going to be, with that turbo, 320, which is already twice the original power of the engine, so it's going to be bonkers.
Because on a 75 it was about 148. On the ZT it was a little bit more, it was like 158 or something.
Yeah.
Right, so that's that one.
And this one will come back out again, because there's a custom built ECU as well.
Wow.
And then we've got a plate for the gearbox. It's going to have an Audi DS3 gearbox, along with the next engine that goes in there that's going to be full forged.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right, well, I suppose that's going to take a while. Let's better leave that alone for a bit.
Yeah.
So, round the back, obviously, we've bought the Volvo today. Oh dear. I can't talk about those at the back, can we?
I wouldn't if I were you.
Okay, we won't then. This one here, oh sir, look at this. Dark blue with a beige leather interior and wood and piping.
Yep.
That's not yours though, is it?
No, it's owned by Mr. Sterling, because that's what the car is. That's what I call him,
Mr. Sterling, okay.
It's an unfinished project that he does want to sell, and I'd like him to sell it as well, because then that space would be clear.
Yes, I quite like those, but I think my lady wife's not going to let me get away with that, so we'll have to move on down here.
Yeah, could do.
So Nigel is here. We're doing a video on him today, and then we've got another 25. This is quite a nice one. It's got parking sensors on this.
No, I forgot the key for it actually.
Oh right, well, is it? It's not open, is it?
No.
We'll have to just look through the window. So, oh, it is a high spec, isn't it? It's got the part leather seats and everything in that.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
I will go and get the key.
Okay, sir. Right, so we got the keys.
Battery's not flat on this one. Right, so I don't know what's going on with this, but if we look in there, look at the electric window switches.
Right. What on earth? What's happened?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never seen ones like that before.
No, and they're not nice, are they, either? But,
they're off a completely different manufacturer of car.
Yeah, I believe they're... Oh,
They work.
yeah, I'm going to put the key in the ignition.
What's going on with this car? Someone's obviously been doing something with this, haven't they?
Yeah, well, you can see what look like bottle tops there.
I think what's happened with this car is it's been converted to electric windows.
I reckon that's what it is.
Yeah. That's a bizarre thing.
That would be it, because it's got parking sensors, but a plastic steering wheel and a horrible.
That's the standard one of a Ford gearbox, isn't it? And then we got obviously the random aftermarket radios that they all had by this stage.
Yep.
And you've got a similar centre console to one in Nigel, actually.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same. Yes, exactly. But
But
then
this-
again, there's only 6 months apart.
This is a Pectron remote version. It's Pectron one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
round
the-
one.
I didn't even know that they did the Pectron in the pre-facelift.
They absolutely did, yeah, from mid 2003 onwards. So it's a weird space. You've got part leather seats, converted electric windows, not a non-leather steering wheel,
Yeah.
and parking sensors. So someone's
Those work. They're not just been stuck on there to make it look like parking sensors.
So somebody's ordered this with it's a base spec car optioned up.
And then optioned up at the local Vauxhall dealer to have electric windows.
Yeah, it's just a bizarre thing. It's like, why can't you just buy one with electric windows?
Yeah, I don't know why not.
This is probably a 1.4, isn't it, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
32,000
miles. And how much do you say you wanted for this wonderful car? Which just started. Oh,
£1,200.
bit of piston slaps, normal on a 1.4K series. It's dead cold, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's not been started for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's a bit of piston slap on that, it's normal.
It's not as bad as many of them, though.
Nah, I've had a few 1.4K series cars myself. Yeah, that's so £1,250. It doesn't seem too bad. I mean, there's a tiny little bit of rust down there, but that's fine. I'm not even sure you get an advisory to that.
You want to see the signs of the paperwork. Look at that.
That's the file.
That's the file. That's quite a lot there, isn't it?
That is indeed.
How do you really need that amount on 32,000 miles? I don't know.
I think we know the sort of person who used to own this, don't we?
Yeah. Somebody that looked after it.
The sort of thing you do on a car like this, you know, you want a low spec, but you want random weird options, is the kind of person who keeps their car a long time, isn't it? Right, well, we'll go in here now. Unfortunately, these two other ones here, we can't discuss either of them, so we're going to go and look at the one at the back, which I think the light is on. Yes, it is. Hopefully you can actually see. Oh, I'm going to watch my head in here, because apparently if I bonk that on there, it hurts, so we won't do that.
It'll do more than hurt.
Yeah, there's some R8 rear lights and things in there. So this is like Aladdin's cave in here, all the bits. You've probably got more stuff in here than discount MG Rover spares. But yeah, this is 25. Is it another 1.4, this one?
It's another 1.4.
Yeah. This is
head on that one as well, because it's the same height. This car's called Daisy.
Daisy's got a leather interior.
Daisy does have a leather interior, yeah. This is a nice car. If you can ignore the scratches, it's a very nice
What on
car.
earth has looks like someone's tried to draw their name in there.
Yeah, and because they did that, you can guess they don't even know how to spell it.
No, they can't spell it well. So yeah, this is obviously, you've got all these bits for fixing. You've got wings, you've got exhaust bits and all sorts of exciting things inside here, and wheels and everything. But how long did it take you to get this collection of spare parts?
I don't know. 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there that I just want to get rid of, really. I want to get rid of the big things, because if you go down here,
And
you can see there's
down Forbidden Row.
There's various bits scattered about. But there's Nigel's old tailgate.
It's a shame you.
Doors like these, they're just a bit. They take up too much room, and the chances of ever selling them are very, very slim.
It's quite strange, because you expect people to be, you know, wanting things like this for their cars, but for some reason they don't.
Yeah, but they don't need it. They're not really going to.
No, exactly. Right, well, let's go and see your latest acquisition.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so this literally, it arrived today. This is a 1995 Rover 416 SLI Tourer, and originally it was registered in Brockenhurst, which is not very far from where I live. It's maybe sort of 35 minutes away, but it's up here near Greater Manchester. It's actually, this car's quite clean, and it came in as, what's he say, a part exchange?
Yeah, well, up until just a few hours ago, there was a green one on here, a green 420 GSR.
It's very nice.
Which I told myself and everybody else I wouldn't part with. But then, of course, the old...
You changed your mind?
No, but I didn't change my mind. I didn't want to sell it. But you know, bills have to be paid. Bills have to be paid. Sometimes you've got to consider that paying the bills is more important than having a car that you don't need. Anyway, and this chap came along with this and said, would you be interested in the part exchange? So I said, okay.
So if we look at the engine, it's got the Honda D series. It'll be about, I think it's about 110 horsepower. These. They always weep a little bit for the rocker cover gasket. This one looks pretty good. It's normal to be in this sort of condition actually. It's done, I think, just under 80,000 miles. This one. It's night fire red. It is actually, for its age, it's pretty good. We've got a couple of issues. We've got this, which isn't so good.
It's snapped off somewhere, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's obviously the bit of a knock on the front
And
there.
something's happened with this bit.
It's got rusted.
That's normal.
Got rusted, yeah.
Interior is actually really good. The only problem is we'll have to go around the other side of the car for this. The interior is really good, apart from the knob for the fan. I'm sure that's not a difficult thing to get hold of. It's
well, it is a bit.
It's weird, isn't it? Like, you've seen so many of them, you'd think it would be easy. But yeah, there's this. That's actually a hole.
Don't touch it.
So I think you'll be looking for either a new tailgate or a way to repair that.
I've got to look at how it could be repaired first, because getting out of the tailgate is going to be a bit tricky.
There's not many Taurus left. There's very few. I think it's like under 50 or something utterly bizarre like that. There's not many left.
Yeah.
And actually, the condition generally the car's quite good. We've actually been feeling underneath the cells on this, and it's not advisory or anything. The only advisories on the car were 2 tyres which have been changed, and 2 rear suspension bushes, which I think are like a £20 part. I think for obviously doing them in pairs, and the cells it looks fine. So there's a little bit of this sort of trim, which is really weird, but we don't think this is just come off because it's been glued. We think someone like maybe some children or something have tried to pull this off, and it's all come away. It's a shame that this car doesn't have rear electric windows. I don't think any of them, other than the early 420 GSIs, had those.
I don't think any of them did.
No.
The other ones that did design you were the really early ones.
Yeah, if you look at sort of, the early 200 GSIs and things had them. But yeah, the interior is really nice in this car. There's no splits or tears. The headlining's in really good condition. It probably, just for the sake of peace of mind, needs a cam belt. The cam belt obviously on this side, because the engine turns a different way from most front wheel drive transverse engines. It's on this side rather than that side that the cam belt would normally be. But yeah, I quite like this car actually. It reminds me of a car I used to have many years ago, which was a 1996 registered R8216 SLI Auto, a very late registration, registered October 96. This is a little bit earlier, I think it's like February 95, this one. But it's really good. The paint is actually really good on this. It's a shame that it's got a couple of things to sort of sort out. But yeah, what an exciting place you work in, Captain Mustard.
Yeah, indeed I do. Lots of people are so envious you wouldn't believe.
Yes, obviously that's why we keep the gate shut most of the time. We're in the yard.
Yeah.
But well, thank you, sir. So thank you all very much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Project Nigel. I'm sure Captain Mustard will appreciate that, and we shall see you again very soon.